Here we are again, another Chelsea video. Hopefully this is the last one I have to do until after the World Cup. Because this season, man, terrible. Absolutely terrible. If you want to know my season review, that was it. Just terrible. But it's only right I did a mid-season player rankings, so I have to do an end of season player rankings. And kind of this is what I'm saying for the summer also. Who's been doing well? Who needs to go? Pretty simple now that we have Xabi Alonso in, but the categories. Before mid-season, I had carried. Now it's tried to carry, because if you look at the end of the season, no one technically carried because we went nowhere. So it's just tried to carry. Almost there. Decent, mid, not enough minutes, and time to go. And let's start. Benoit Badiashile. It's time to go, buddy. It's time to go. I mean, I'm pretty sure this one's self-explanatory. We have a decent amount of center backs, and not many of them are good. So, Badiashile is arguably the worst, probably second worst. It's time to go, buddy. It's absolutely time to go. Now that I think about it, this is probably missing a couple players. Like Sar, I don't think is in here, but I mean, if you want to know about Sar, I would just put him in not enough minutes. So, I mean, not really much to say about that. But yeah, Badiashile, time to go. Dario Osugo, not enough minutes. I mean, is what it is. He's basically Romeo Lavia Part 2. Barely plays through injury. And when he does play, I mean, he's all right. I mean, nothing hasn't shown me anything special yet. But yeah, definitely not enough minutes. Andre Santos. I'm putting him decent, Maybe it's tough because based on his performances, I could low-key put him almost there, but it's like a combination of almost there and not enough minutes. So he went decent for me. It's a bit tough because when Liam Rosenior first came in, this was his guy. He trusted him, understandably, through the Strasbourg link. But then all of a sudden, he just stopped playing him. I don't know if that was some mandate from up above to spread around the minutes or what. But as soon as he stopped playing him, all of a sudden, our form started dipping. He was actually a really good pairing with Caicedo. So, unfortunately, I could only put him in decent. He just didn't play quite enough for me, but I thought he was decent. Enzo Fernandez, he really tried to carry, which is crazy because mid-season, I was still iffy on Enzo. He's just too inconsistent when he played deeper next to Caicedo. But when we dropped in Santos deeper and let Enzo play further forward, one of our best players of the season, which is crazy to say because he used to be so inconsistent. And he still has his off days. But in reality, if you look at the output, if you look at the performances, and you look at big games, Enzo's usually the one that comes up with something in the end. And at the end of the day, I know he might want to leave or want to go to Madrid or whatever, but I got to give my props to him. There's a lot of pressure on his shoulders because he's the captain when Reece is out, which is often, or relatively often, and obviously the price tag. But he had some great performances this season. You got to give it to him. Maybe I could put almost there because he still has his off days, but overall, you got to say what you got to say about him. I know people are going to hate, but he did try to carry. He literally is definition of he tried to carry. Maybe too much sometimes, but he did try to carry. Now, this is Buonanotte. I mean, literally time to go. He's not enough minutes, and then he literally left. So, I mean, literally is time to go. Jorgensen, time to go. It's tough because I'm the guy, and I'm sure there are many others who, after last season and the season Robert Sanchez had, we were all like, give Jorgensen a try, give Petrovic a try, even though Petrovic then left. Okay, give Jorgensen the try. But he actually did get his opportunity this season in a big game against PSG in the Champions League, and in a game that we were in. Not going to say we were ever going to win that tie, but we were in the game, and he absolutely sold us. I mean, he had your opportunity, he fumbled it, and if you can't keep your starting spot over Robert Sanchez, who was infamous at that point, you got to go, bro. You got to go, especially because when I'll talk about it when I get to Sanchez. There's not enough room for both of them to be backing up whoever should be our number one. So he's got to go. He's got to go. Gittins, at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough minutes. If you talk about how he actually played when he was fit, mid, but the back half of the season, he was literally non-existent. Whatever this hamstring injury was, every month I would be checking and would say, "Oh, he's coming back mid of this month, like mid-April or mid-March, to mid-April, then mid-May." He never came back. He literally was just gone for the rest of the season. So it's unfortunate, but not enough minutes. And that for his price tag, that's a flop signing so far. That was poor. Joao Pedro tried to carry, and I'm putting him at top of try to carry. He was literally our player of the season, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was our player of the season, and it's well deserved. First season, he got goals, he got assists. He did really well for us. I'm not even checking stats for this video. I'm not pulling up stats on anyone. I'm just going purely on what I watched. And Joao Pedro, even there were portions of the season, like he started well, and then there was a drought in between there. But even in that period, it wasn't for a lack of trying. We were just buns. But you saw when Rosenior came in, the biggest beneficiary was one, Andre Santos just through minutes, but Joao Pedro through performances put Chelsea on his back in that early part of 2026. And it shows in the stats in the end. A great season for Joao Pedro, even if it wasn't a great season for Chelsea as a whole. So I got to give it to him. And he is our starting number 9 going into next year. I know we're bringing in Omega or it was Jackson's coming back from Bayern. Doesn't matter. They have to be competing with Joao Pedro, who is our number 1. But speaking of our number 9s, I said number 1, yeah, our number 1, number 9. But speaking of our number 9s, Liam Delap has got to go. I mean, I know we didn't spend that much on him. That's the one silver lining. We didn't lose that much. Hopefully we can flip him for a similar price, if not more. But geez, I've never been more disappointed in a signing that I didn't even have high expectations for. Because it's easy to be disappointed if you spend 100 million and they're not living up to it. Okay, then how many people are going to? For us to spend 30 million and for that to feel like we got ripped off is crazy. This guy has more red cards. Well, not more red cards than goals. I was about to say more red cards than goals, which is not true. But he does have a red card. But he has more yellow cards than goals, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not checking the stats. This is off the top of my head. I think he has more yellow cards than goals. Definitely in the Premier League, but maybe in all comps, which is embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing. So Liam Delap, you gotta go. Jorel Hato might put him in decent. Both Hato and Santos, I could put in almost there. But now I'm basing it off the whole season, not just the back half of the season. If we're basing off the whole season, decent. If we're basing off the back half of the season, Hato's been almost there. He's really improved when he's played more in that center back role than that left back role. I really liked him recently. Obviously, he lost a bit of his spot to Colwell when he came back, but that doesn't mean he's not good. And especially in a Xabi Alonso system, if we're playing 3 at the back, he can be playing alongside Colwell. I really was impressed by him toward the back half of the season. I couldn't have said that in the first half of the season. He was looking shaky, but I'm impressed by him for sure. Achimpong, just not enough minutes. I mean, he has had some minutes, but considering when he does play, he's not bad at all. Academy product, I don't understand why he doesn't get more minutes. Honestly, send him on loan because it feels like we're just wasting his time, wasting his potential, especially because we have such a center back issue, or at least we had one this season, and we're trying to force to play him at right back because that is where he played in the academy. But he can play. He played both, and he's a big guy. He's grown a lot. Why is he not playing at center back? I know he plays well at right back, but we have James, we have Gusto, we have other players we can even fill in there. At center back, we are struggling with some of the performances. we should have given Josh a bit of a run at center back, especially the way our season was going. But we didn't, and I just have to say not enough minutes. And he honestly needs to go on loan. Pedro Neto. Definition of mid. Definition of mid. It's tough because some people probably say time to go. But I think Pedro Neto as a rotation option isn't the worst. The issue is we bought him for a lot of money, and we've had injuries in those key positions that have made him a starting option for a lot of the season when he really should not have been. And of course, Estevao was young coming in, so we wanted to bet him in slowly. But the difference in quality is night and day. And unfortunately, he's just not that good. I mean, maybe he was for Wolves, but Pedro Neto, more than anyone, and even more than someone who's coming up later, that I think a lot of people say this about them, and I think that's true about them too. I don't know why I'm speaking in tongues. Garnacho. Garnacho and Neto are often paired together, and I understand why. But I think Neto, even more than Garnacho, is where attacks go to die. And it's crazy because he has more output than Garnacho. But if you actually watch the games, get the ball to Neto, and Neto will just take the ball, bring it back, look for a pass. It's different. If he's on the right, he'll try to make something happen. If he's on the left, he's cutting in, doing nothing than passing back. I mean, what are we doing? And he cost more than Garnacho, more expectations on him, and he was just mid. But I think even then, he's still better than Garnacho, and he should be a rotation option at most. We have Estevao, we have Quenda. He should be a bench option at most, but still mid. I wouldn't say it's necessarily time to go because I know we have to offload a lot of players, and I wouldn't say he's a priority. But if we have the room to get rid of him and bring someone in, I'm not mad. Estevao, almost there. And I know I'm being hypocritical because if you actually look at his minutes, he should probably be in not enough minutes. But if you look at his performances, it's tried to carry. If you look at his minutes, it's here. So I'm putting him almost there because really the only thing stopping him from being in tried to carry is a lack of minutes. And that's not because he just didn't get played enough. That's through injuries. That's through some personal stuff he went through. But that injury for the end of the season when he was looking electric. Basically, our season, if you look at the story of our season, it's Estevao got a run of games. Oh my God, we look beautiful. Estevao is out for a run of games. We look dreadful. And the only other person you coincide that with is probably Joao Pedro, who, when he was on form, we were winning a run of games, but almost there, I'd say, with more minutes. Malo Gusto. I'll put him in decent. Some people probably say mid, but I like Malo Gusto. My issue with Malo Gusto is he thinks he's a winger, and I get why because of his play style. But if you actually watch him play, everything he does for no reason is with a bit of flair. Sometimes he just needs to keep it simple. And if you watch him defensively, he loves a slide tackle when it's just not necessary. He pulls up some good ones, but it's just not necessary. But if you actually look at overall his game, he can be effective. He has his moments, but it's very hit or miss. So in the end, I gotta put him in decent. Honestly, he might drop to mid. I gotta think about it. Kukureya, almost there. Now, that's not because he is worse than the players above him. I think if you actually look at it, if you go position for position, he's higher ranked in his position than the others are in their positions. But given my expectations for Kukureya this season, at least the front half, I still think he was decent or tried to carry. The back half, I just thought he was decent. And that overall, I put it in almost there. If I had to combine it, I just think it was a little bit of a drop off. But I know he had to do a couple injuries. It wasn't like peak Kukureya for me. Now who's this? Mark Guiu? Time to go, bro. I mean, really not enough minutes. but that really, at the end of the day, it's time to go. If Mark Guiu, here's how I look at Mark Guiu, not to violate him, but the reason why I'm putting him in time to go and not enough minutes. At the end of the season, when joao Pedro wasn't playing and we had to bring on delap, in my head, I was looking around and I'm checking FootMob and I'm looking at the squad. I'm like, wait, hold up, where's Mark Guiu? If you can't even get in the squad, and maybe there's something behind the scenes I didn't know about. Maybe he was injured low key. I didn't see him on the injury list. Maybe there's some personal issues, whatever. If you can't get in the squad, or if you can't get on the field ahead of delap, it's time to go. I mean, that simple. It's time to go. Because if it's time to go for delap and you can't get ahead of him, not enough minutes can't save you. You got to go. I hate to say it, but clearly it hasn't worked out. Moises Caicedo, almost there. Now, I say that, but I got to take the whole season into account. He actually just tried to carry. I was going to say almost there because he was a bit patchy this season, and that's more of an almost there run. But when he was at his best, and people are going to exaggerate how poor he's been because the team around him was poor. But if you actually watch Caicedo, the amount of work and cover he had to do in that first half of the season for Enzo Fernandez. And then when they bring in Santos, then you finally see him getting some of that proper partnership. But that work that he did is going to take its toll. And I don't really put that on him that he had some lackluster performances toward the back half of the season. He still, I mean, even if you watch that game against Liverpool, but he's just, I think it was Liverpool, he's just picking out passes for fun. Was it Liverpool? I think it was. You just see his quality, and he really did try to carry for a lot of the season. But maybe you could say you could drop down to almost there. To this one, Alejandro Garnacho. Oh, hell no! It's time to go, buddy. It's time to go. 1 year, maybe, seems like too short for me. It has been too long. 1 year, way too long. It's time to go. And honestly, I don't need to get much into this. Clearly, the guy is not up to not up to scruff, up to snatch. What is the phrase? Up to scratch. I think up to scratch. Whatever it is, he's not up to it. And I mean, we could talk about if he's even a Premier League level player because he only goes crazy against championship teams and the cups. At this point, for me, go to Spain, go to Italy, go to China. Guangdong Tigers are calling your name. I don't know, but for me, it's not Chelsea. He's got to go. And we didn't spend too much on him, but hopefully we can get that money back. Reece James tried to carry. I mean, you could also say not enough minutes because he got injured toward the back half of the season, but he's just so good. He's honestly so good. And he's definitely ahead of Caicedo. I might put Caicedo in almost. I got to think about that one more. But Reece James, you already know. So good. Robert Sanchez. He's between almost there and decent and time to go. I'm going to put him in decent. First half of the season, almost there. But even back half, he had some amazing performances. But he did lose his spot under rosenior, which is an indictment, even though I think that ended up looking silly. But also, at the end of the day, even though it's a big improvement on last season, and he does make some miraculous saves at times, he does just cost you points. And that's something we just can't afford. If you look how the season ended and we ended up being so close to the Europa League in particular, you have to look back, and it's not just him. Obviously, there's people who cost us points all over the squad. I mean, if you want to just look around, red card, red card, red card, red card. I think red card. Who else? Neto get a red card, maybe. And there's some down here got. I mean, red cards all over the shop. So a lot of players cost us the season, but on the pitch, goalkeeping errors, he has cost us points this season. I mean, it just is what it is. So I can't put him too high, and that's harsh. But that's the life of a goalkeeper. Romeo Lavia, not enough minutes, but low key, just time to go, bruh. I've had enough. I've had enough. Realistically, are we gonna get rid of him this summer? I don't know because we have a lot of work to do. But and the talent is there, but just not enough minutes. And this one is through injury, and this one for me doesn't show any signs of getting better. At least some of the other players, like Reece James, obviously through a lot of injuries, but this season he had a great stretch of fitness. I can't remember in my entire time of watching Romeo Lavia at Chelsea him having an extended stretch of fitness. And at a certain point, you have to cut your losses. Despite the talent, this just maybe it just isn't the league for him. Maybe he needs to go to a slightly less demanding league physically. So for me, I've had enough. It's time to go. Tosin, time to go. No explanation needed. It was nice seeing you. Cole Palmer. I hate to say it. Mid? Decent? Mid, like, it's tough because, like, say I put him mid, but I know he's obviously better than all these guys here. But if you look at their ability and then judge that against their performances, it's mid for Cole Palmer. If you just want to look objectively, decent maybe because he still has a little bit of output. And if you watch the games, he does make some things happen. But overall, he didn't even make the England squad, even though I think that's still a bit silly. If I'm judging based on his ability, I gotta put him in mid. But that's the thing, he should be top of tried to carry. So it's hard. It's hard to say. Oh yeah, let me put Reece James a little higher up there. Low key, he's our best player. I'm just gonna put him there, even though it's not. Joao Pedro probably had the best season. I actually put him there. Trevor Chalobah, decent. Out of all our center backs, I mean, obviously Colwell's also not on this, because he just came back from injury. But Colwell, I put almost there. Just already, I put him almost there. But of all the center backs who played a lot of minutes this season, I think Chalobah was probably paid the most, and understandably, he's been decent. I know people dread seeing Tosin and Chalobah, me included. But for me, the issue with Tosin and Chalobah is Tosin. Tosin to me brings down the level of Chalobah. When Chalobah plays with Fofana, and Chalobah plays with Colwell, he just looks better. It just is what it is. Now, like the grand scheme of things, he shouldn't be starting for us. I hate to say it. He's been a great servant, but he should be third choice center back at best. So maybe you could say time to go, but for me, he can stay. He just shouldn't be starting. These guys shouldn't be playing minutes for Chelsea anymore. So that's the difference. Except for Lavia, he can still play minutes, but he just too injury prone. Tyreek George, I mean, literally went on loan, so time to go. And even if he comes back, it's sad, but I don't see where there's room in the squad. And he got sent on loan when we had Garnacho, Gittins, and Gittins was getting injured. I mean, if you can't get in the squad over Garnacho, I mean, time to go, buddy. And Wesley Fofana is our final player. And it's kind of poetic as Wesley Fofana, because if you look at our last game of the season in my last video, he got the red card that sealed our fate and sealed our season with no European football. And for that, it's fitting that he goes in the category that's red. It's time to go. What do we spend? Like 80 million on him for him to play? Hasn't even played a full season of football really for us technically. I mean, he had a decent run of fitness this year, And even then, I mean, he's still decent. Like, there's obviously talent there, but he should not be starting for Chelsea. I've seen enough. He should not be starting for Chelsea. And if it's not because of some of his performances, which he's been decent, but the discipline, we need to weed that out. And there's some players here that have discipline issues that we cannot afford to lose. He's one we can afford to lose. And it's crazy because on talent, he is better than Chalobah. But I'd rather keep Chalobah in the team and send Fofana packing. That's just me personally. But that's it. Obviously, like I said, a couple players missing, like Sar, who I put not enough minutes, and Colwell, I put almost there. But unless I'm missing someone else, but I think that's all the players this season. But like I said, it's a bit different from the midseason one, obviously, because the back half of the season has been absolutely dreadful relegation form. Liam Rosenior, time to go. Like I said, Enzo Maresca, not enough minutes or decent. I don't even know. Callum McFarlane, see you later, buddy. Not even deserving of the list. But Xabi Alonso, hopefully, it's going to be top of tried to carry. We'll see. But like, subscribe, all the good algorithm stuff. We'll be back soon with another video. And then the Champions League final. See you guys later. Peace.